Well, having a newborn baby boy can definitely throw off your mental schedule a little bit. I completely did not realize until just now that I had not filmed and put out the weekday outlook. So I apologize for the delay on that. Obviously, the forecast is updated every day at elliscountyweather.com. Pushed out on social media, but I like to give you these explanations so that you can kind of plan your week out. There's not a whole lot more to say about the weather today. It's exactly as advertised and exactly as you see outside right now. It is hot. It is humid. The wind is going to continue. And it looks like summer has decided to abruptly take the stage here in North Texas. Right now, we're looking at temperatures, this afternoon at least, climbing into the low 90s. We're going to be there the next couple of days. So really, the moral of the story for the whole week is temperatures will be in the low to mid 90s. It looks like from today, we're going to be in the low 90s. Tuesday and Wednesday, we may be closer to 90 degrees. Wednesday, some places, depends on how much cloud cover you get. We're going to start out Wednesday pretty cloudy, kind of like the last couple of days we've had, where you start out cloudy and then eventually you get more sun over time. But it looks like as we go into the latter half of the week, we're talking Thursday and Friday, we're back in the low 90s, climbing up a little bit with higher humidity. Overnight is going to be in the upper 60s and low 70s. Looks like overnight tonight will be in the low 70s. Upper 60s from there. So there's just not a whole lot to discuss in the weather this week, but make sure you're taking those heat precautions. Check on friends and family who might be vulnerable to higher temperatures. Make sure you're kind of thinking about your lawn a little bit if you want to water and those kind of things. I'm going to have a Tuesday tip coming out about that very soon to kind of talk about how to properly water your lawn to do so efficiently, effectively, and do so with a few important factors in mind. Make sure that you're limiting outdoor activity in the hottest part of the day from about, 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Maybe try to limit your outdoor activities. Wear sunscreen, of course. Stay hydrated as well. And think about those pets. We always talk about bring the pets in when it's too cold. It can get too hot as well, especially if they don't have any shade or don't have any water. Make sure they have a shady place to go. Make sure they have water accessible to them. And if you can, bring them in for a few hours a day. Hey, that might not be the worst thing. So just remember, this week we're looking at humid temperatures. Heat index values may reach up into the triple digits. Okay, we're going to be in the low to mid 90s, but we may see a few places get to 98, 99, 100 degrees in terms of the heat index or how it feels out there when you're factoring in the humidity. The good news is we have a cold front, and I use the quotes generously because it doesn't look like we're going to have much in terms of colder temperatures, unfortunately, but we could have a little bit of lower humidity this weekend, but it does look like, unfortunately, the windy conditions are going to be sticking around. I'm going to have a wild weather Wednesday on that very soon. I filmed one. It didn't exactly go as I wanted it to. I want to make sure you get the best stuff. So we're going to go over some numbers for March, April, and what we have so far in May. Talk about why it's just so dang windy. We'll have a little cloud cover this week. It's going to start out cloudy, warm up and clear up in the afternoons. Wind continues. That should bring a little bit of relief. And, from there, there's not a whole lot more that I can say. So stay tuned to elliscountyweather.com for the latest forecast information. I'm looking across the models for the next chance of rain. Looks like we could have a chance of rain coming up possibly early next week. I'm going to bring more info on that. Make sure you're following Facebook and Twitter and YouTube as well for the latest updates there as well. Thank you so much for watching. And we will have a weekend outlook. I'm going to be bringing that back Thursday. We had to skip last week. Weekend outlook will be back Thursday with a new sponsor. Stay tuned.